Inclusivity in culture, nationality, religion, and beliefs is one thing that we apply in our education system. Hence, the respect and acceptance that we have for every individual, may it be inside or outside the classroom. Hey Tigers, I am Sherman Haro, your host for today, and welcome back to another episode of Culture Shock. Now, imagine this. There's still an ongoing pandemic, and then you have to return to your home country abroad altogether for various reasons. There is a 14-day quarantine and the risk of being exposed to the virus. On top of that, you'll have to undergo an adjustment period because of the cultural and landscape change. At the same time, you still have to attend your online classes and responsibilities. These can be overwhelming, but if you're curious about that experience, don't worry, Tigers, as we have invited special guests today to discuss these matters. Both of them study in UST under the Faculty of Arts and Letters. These guests are namely Nessnie in Australia and Rommel Sales in Saudi Arabia. There they are. Give a wave, guys. Hello. All right, now please turn on your mics for me. Come on, you two. Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Now, I did a little research and I found out that Jeddah, Saudi Arabia to the Philippines is 8,727 kilometers. And Philippines to Australia, I'm going to assume it's this direction, is 4,435 kilometers, which means in total, this conversation is covering 13,162 kilometers right now. We are truly cross-cultural, guys. Oh my God. How have you been doing? Rommel, you first, man.
So far, so good. I mean, I feel like leaving the country has made me very reconnect with my family here in our place, and it's much more a relaxed environment and better and safer environment personally. So I'm having a good time.
Awesome. How about you, Nessnie?
Yes.
Well, for me, I've been juggling with like online class and work, and I also have radio. So at the moment, it's been a lot, but I think so far it's been so good because at the moment we're COVID-free here in Melbourne. So we don't wear masks anymore. Yeah.
In Melbourne.
Yeah. But I'm just talking about in Melbourne,
Yes, okay.
So far it's been really good.
All right, nice. When did you guys leave the country? And what made you leave amidst the pandemic? Nessnie?
For me, during that time, kasi it was peak of quarantine, actually mag-anniversary na siya. So, that time, parang I had to go back na and activate my PR, my residence here. So, required na siya. And the borders were also closing here in Australia. And same with the Philippines. So, parang sinabi sa amin na we had to go back home na. But I do go back home yearly. So, parang it's just part of the routine of going back home. However, this time, wala akong flight pabalik sa Pinas. So, yeah. So, it was mostly because of personal reasons. And my family is here.
Yeah. All right. Okay. How about you, Rommel? Jeddah.
I left with my brother January this year, but it was already planned since last year. But given the sudden lockdowns, the MECQs, the quarantine protocols, both here and in the Philippines, it took us quite a while. But the reason being that I left the country was just the government pandemic response is much more effective here, and we are much more sigurado, na mas okay kami kung nandito kami sa Jeddah.
Okay. Well, first of all, I have to point out how happy I am for both of you, because your countries right now are doing way better than ours, sadly. But hopefully the Philippines can catch up to Jeddah and Australia soon. Wow. Can you share with us, Rommel, the process of traveling to Jeddah? Like, were you quarantined for 14 days? Tama ba? How was that?
Actually, that was what I was expecting. But okay, first let's talk about the process. You can hire an agent to run the papers for you, process the papers for you. But in our case, we found out about that a little bit later na. So, hindi na namin ginawa yun. But going to Saudi Arabia, you have to go to the FA, you have to get vaccinated for 3 vaccines ata ngayon. Dati kasi
Wow.
yellow fever and polio lang. You have to go to the VFS or the agency that's going to process the visa. So it's like a lot, but that's the main things. For the quarantine, we weren't quarantined for 14 days. Actually, pagkarating namin sa airport, uwi na agad kami sa bahay. It's just that you're not allowed to go out for 2 days or 7 days. May choices na ganun kasi 2 days if that is magpapabukan na agad ng swab test here. So yung swab test dito is it's in tents, air-conditioned tents, and ang swab testing dito is interesting kasi drive-thru lang. Literally, I was in the passenger seat, open yung window, open yung mouth mo, and then that's it. And then you're going to wait for the results, which will be flashed on a certain app. So, yun yung contact tracing nila dito. It's not paper or whatever. There's an app that you have to input your government identification. So, then lalabas.
Well, that's so convenient. Nessnie, was the experience the same for you?
It was very different. Kasi ako, I had to leave. Parang the booking of the flight, it was really packed because a lot of locals were stranded in Manila, apparently. So, they told us na once confirmed na yung flight mo, you have to go through the mayor's office to get health certificate, and you also have to go to the immigration, not go, pero you have to talk to the immigration ng Australia sa Manila, just so you can get like a travel pass. So, 2 days before the flight, they confirmed it. So, I had to process everything in 2 days. Tapos, once I was here na in Melbourne, I got quarantined for 14 days. Everything is paid by the government, like food, accommodation. And then I also got tested for COVID ng 3rd day and 12th day, I think. So yeah, it was a different experience here, I guess. Tapos the fact na parang ibang-iba pa yung environment mo is really, nakaka-shock.
Yeah. Okay, so what I'm getting from this is that even though you're both different, your experiences are both different, that's still very safe. And I get why you two are living, at least safer now, in Melbourne and Jeddah. Well, you know what, guys? You got me hooked in this conversation already. But before we dig in deeper, let's have a quick breather first. Don't go away, Tigers. Culture Shock will be right back.
Tiger Media Network is constantly on the go to create, reinvent, and inspire. We kicked 2020 off with a bang. 2020 was the start of a new era.
Welcome back to the show.
But in a snap, everything we knew changed. 2020 became a year of uncertainty, filled with unexpected challenges that perhaps hammered us to the brink of giving up. But despite everything, we did it anyway. UST Tiger TV and Tiger Radio have been trailblazers for UST media since their conception and will continue to create content for the Tiger family on every show, report, and event.
Hey Tigers, we are back with another episode of Culture Shock.
This is Lifeline. 4th Street.
This is Tatak Tomasino.
And this is Tiger News Weekly.
Today's episode of San Tayo Kakain?
UST's premier sports show, The Frontrunners.
Yo guys, Tiger Jock Abel here.
Tiger Jock Ellie.
Tiger Jock Fame.
Tiger Jock Nick.
I'm Tiger Jock Nova. I am Tiger Jock Alzel.
You're tuned in to Curious Tiger, the Roarback Show.
For the Street Mix.
Cuento Masino.
Take care, Tiger.
Hello, Anyong. Only on the station.
Only at the station.
Only on 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 the station.
On the only station.
On the only station.
Only on the station.
Where you hear the roar.
UST Tiger Radio.
Tiger Media Network will continue to make everyone hear the roar, bringing new and exciting content to you, the Mashins, every step of the way. Stay tuned, Tigers, because with Tiger Media Network, the roar never falters.
So good. Ang sarap.
Panalo din. Oh my God. Wow.
And we're back on the only show that transcends boundaries and embraces differences. This is Culture Shock. Right now, our guests are still here with us. Nessnie from Australia and Rommel from Saudi Arabia. So we'll be proceeding with the next question. Nessnie, I want to ask you, how's the current pandemic situation there? You talked a little bit about this, but can you compare it to the situation here in the Philippines naman?
Well, obviously, because I was able to stay in Manila for a few months pa during the lockdown, I guess the difference is very big. Like, for example, contact tracing is much more effective here compared to Manila. And then yung mask then is not required here, indoor and outdoor. But, they still recommend that you wear it. And then, parang at the moment, it's very normal na. Like, a lot of people are outside, pwede ka nang mag-party, pwede ka nang mag-birthday, pwede ka nang mag-wedding, everything. So, the situation is very different talaga.
Alright, sige, let's, Rommel, how about you?
Last update about COVID cases is kahapon, and for the whole Saudi Arabia, mga nasa 799 cases yung yes. Whole Saudi Arabia na yun. So, sobrang laking differences sa mga news na napapanood ko sa Philippines. So, yeah. And actually, it's amazing kasi maraming pasaway na Arabo. May mga nakita ko. Hindi pa nagsusuot ng mask. And, ayun, sobrang props talaga sa government for able to flat the curve. Actually, hindi ko alam kung nagkaroon ng curve at all dito. So, ayun.
That's crazy, especially because, come on, here over in my side of the fence, hindi lang Metro Manila yung yung nasa ECQ, even yung probinsya ko dito, Antique, naka ECQ. So, oh my God. Let's talk about online classes, because even now, you two are abroad, but you're still Famashans, you're still Tigers, you're still attending class. What are the difficult aspects of attending online classes when you're abroad, Nessnie?
For me, siguro the time difference, yun talaga. And also the fear na baka mamaya biglang mag-resume to limited face-to-face.
It's
and
like
at the
3
moment,
hours, I think.
Yeah, 3 hours ahead. Yeah. Pero since we had our daylight saving, naging 2 hours ahead na lang kami. So it's not too bad na. But I wouldn't call it like a difficult aspect talaga na alam mo in PDD. Kasi I would just have to adjust my time in terms of meetings and stuff. But nonetheless, it works naman.
Yeah, gising ka 2 hours early. I would hate that if we have a 7 a.m. class and you have to wake
Later
up at 5.
siya. So we're ahead. Yeah, so mas late ako nagigising sa kanila.
Oh, lucky you, Ness.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, how about you, Rom?
I would say the same, but it's much more worse time zone because you guys are 5 hours ahead and I have 7 a.m. class. So imagine I would wake up at like 1:30 a.m. to get ready for a 2 a.m. class. So I really have
your body clock at this point.
It's not existent. I don't have I don't have a schedule. I don't have a standard schedule for sleeping because I have life here and then I also have life in the Philippines because of UST. So I have to juggle both time where people are awake. So, it's bad.
Talk to me a little bit more about that. How do you spend time with friends? Like when pag nag-group chat or whatever dito ba? It's 12 a.m. there, ang dilim. Tama ba?
Yes, actually. But actually, I have no problem. I have no problem with catching up with friends. I feel like when you're hanging out with friends, you can talk about a time where you have to meet halfway kasi with your friends, and you have to meet halfway with me. So I have good friends. So
yes. How is that? Is it the same for you, Ness?
Yeah, kasi usually I would have meetings at 8 p.m. Manila time. Dito, nung winter, mga 11 siya. So it was really late. I have work pa the next day. So sometimes I just have to adjust. Kung sino talaga yung mas marami, doon na lang. Kasi hindi naman din siya masyadong big deal sa akin. Well, kay Rommel, it's much more different because grabe yung time difference. So yeah.
All right. Now, you guys, lastly, to end this interview on a fun note, can you share with us fun facts about the cultures of your respective countries? Nessnie, Australian culture, come on.
Small talk is very popular. So kahit yung mga strangers, like for example, sa elevator lang, they would greet you hi, and how's your day, ganun. Very random. I guess one thing, nung first time ko dito pumunta, I was like, what are you doing? Why are you talking to me? I'm a stranger. Yeah. And then next siguro is
You're very
coffee.
friendly.
Yeah, coffee. Coffee is also part of their culture. Pag lumabas ka, kita mo lahat may dalang coffee. What else pa ba? They're also very polite. Yun. You will always hear thank you. Like, have a good day.
Oh.
And, yeah.
Thank you. That's the Australian accent. Thank you. Very specific. How about you, Rom? Jeddah culture. Beautiful.
For the whole Muslim world, I think I would say you guys are just in time kasi Ramadan is malapit na. It's so near, and actually my father works for food industry, so every Ramadan he gets to have like a Ramadan box. So this Ramadan box contains all of the food products of the company that he's working with. So we have like a lot of supply every time Ramadan is in effect. And also every Ramadan, I don't know if it's still the same now that we're in a pandemic, but before yung Ramadan dito, when you go out here in a car or whatever, you'll see people on the streets and they're going to give you foods or milk.
You make this
whatever.
sound like food heaven, Rommel.
Yes, honestly. It's really true. And that's why whenever Ramadan is happening, lumalabas talaga kami kasi ayan, ang daming mga namimigay ng biyaya. And also, one more thing is that all public infrastructures closes at like midnight. So mga 3 a.m. nagsasara ang malls kapag Ramadan. So yeah, that's really nice.
Put that on my bucket list, Ramadan.
In Saudi Arabia.
In Saudi Arabia. Well, I hope you have enjoyed our convo together, guys. That's it for us. I learned more about your situation, and I'm very glad to hear that you guys have been doing well despite the challenges. With that said, thank you so much, Nessnie and Rommel, for being here with us. Our discussion was very interesting as you gave us a glimpse of your lives in different countries. We hope to see you guys again soon. Keep safe always, please. But our show does not stop there, Tigers. You're welcome. Because Culture Shock has something more in store. Stay tuned because we will be right back after this quick break.
We are always on the move, always on track, and in full swing. Serving the Thamashan community by creating. Grow and growl with us. We are in full swing. We are the Tiger Media Network.
We welcome our day full of hope in our hearts. Looking forward to a better and brighter day ahead of us. We woke up for another day, hoping that things will happen the way we always wanted to be. But this day is a day to face challenges and struggles ahead of us. As we're continuously facing our daily challenges in life, there are a lot of people who will promote positive changes in our society. And what will happen tomorrow lies within our own hands. Think of a better society that we deserve. Wake up. Register to vote before it's too late.
We're back again here in Culture Shock. We just talked to two Tomasians who are currently in a different country during this time. We were able to gain insights on how they were able to perform their online academic obligations despite the different time zones. You can say that they're culture shocked with the transition to online classes while also adjusting in a different country. But the feeling of being culture shocked does not necessarily only apply to those who are abroad, but also to other students who are new to the online setting. So this is basically all of us. Diba? So which is why we asked you guys a question on Twitter 2 days ago. What is your hashtag culture shock experience with online classes? We picked the 3 best answers, so we'll be able to know more about their unfamiliarity when we first transitioned to online classes. The first one is from Jed, and he said, it's really a hashtag culture shock when you realize how awkward it can be on Zoom for online classes with everyone's video turned off and no one speaking when they're expected to do so. Yes, Jed, and usually, of course, it's just their net lagging. But after recent controversies, you have to wonder if they're busy playing games, maybe? A little Mobile Legends? De joke lang. Tigers tayo, we put down our phones and we listen attentively. Even if yun nga, sinasabotay tayo ng internet natin minsan. Let's proceed to the second one, which is from Calvin. He said, super na hashtag culture shock ako sa dami ng group activities kahit remote setting yung classes. Oh, Kyle, di ba parang mas dumami pa nga yung schoolworks ngayong quarantine? Or is that just me? So ironic that we've all been torn apart, but we're forced to group together even more now. Then we have our last answer, which is from Godwin. He said, what gave me one good hashtag culture shock was that when teachers instruct us to turn on our cameras, no one wears makeup like they did during face-to-face classes. I've seen classmates go barefaced for the first time. No hoop earrings, no matte lipsticks, no eyebrows, on fleek. One thing I can say about Godwin's observation here, Tigers, this pandemic has saved us all a ton of makeup product. Well, there you have it. Thank you so much, guys, for sharing your experiences with online classes. And I believe each and every one of us can relate to it. We all know that online classes can be very challenging and draining, so it's important for us to take a rest every now and then. Give yourself a pat on the back for surviving the day. We have to take care of ourselves during this difficult time. We hoped that this show, Culture Shock, was able to relieve you guys from your stress as you were being informed of the different cultures our fellow Tomasians are experiencing. With that being said, it is now the final episode of Culture Shock this semester. So thank you so much to those viewers who watched our show. To get more updates about the show's return for next semester, please like our Facebook page, which is UST Tiger TV, and follow our Twitter and Instagram with the username @US Tiger TV. Altogether, let's hope for better years ahead and eventually being able to have face-to-face interactions in our school and at work. So that ends our episode for Culture Shock today. I hope you have gained meaningful insights as much as I did. Once again, I am Sherwin Hara, your host for this show that transcends boundaries and embraces differences. This is Culture Shock. Thank you so much for tuning in, and the show will be back soon.